welcome to Popcorn Heroes.
Yeah.
Hey. I am your host, Orlando. With me as always.
That was your real intro? Shit. Keep going. Don't let me cut you off.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
I am your host, Orlando. With me as always, Pedro.
Hello.
What up? And back for the first time, Mike.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
And today we are reviewing John Wick 3.
John Wick Chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
Parabellum.
Parabellum.
Okay. And
that was a lot of lellums.
And like always, we're going to give a spoiler-free review, a synopsis of the movie, and then we're going to jump into spoilers.
All right.
So, which was first, the synopsis?
Yeah, I'll just do the synopsis real quick.
Cool. Thanks so much.
All right. So we got here John Wick Chapter 3. And yes, you should definitely watch Chapter 1 and 2. Right, Orlando?
Right.
Because you watched both.
Nope, I did not. I
right.
watched Chapter 1, but did not see Chapter 2.
Son of a bitch.
Why?
So there's a lot you were confused about, right?
Not much, actually.
Yeah, you were like, who the fuck is Lawrence Fishburne? Lawrence Fishburne's in this movie? What is this? What loyalty does he have?
That's true.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, no.
And you're like,
was
wait.
a big part of it, too.
And you're like, why does he have a bounty on his head? What happened?
How did you get that part? Yeah.
Whoa,
he starts with a bounty on his head.
It's pretty easy. Like, whatever, like...
All right, anyways. So, synopsis.
That scene was so good in part 2.
Orlando's going to pretend he understood everything that was going on in Chapter 3. So, this movie starts off exactly where 2 finishes. He's on the run. He's got a 14 million bounty on his head for killing a guy in Continental Grounds. He was one of the assholes, the villain from the last movie.
It was a very good scene.
It was a very good scene. And it's pretty much him on the run being chased by every single assassin. And he's trying to escape. That's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
And then, they sprinkle in more lore about the assassin world. But yeah, that's about it. All right. Well, what do you guys give it? 1 out of 5?
I liked it. I didn't think it was amazing, but I thought it was like 3.5. I liked it. That was a good movie.
The ending was amazing. What happened in the end?
Isn't much story.
Wait. We'll get into the ending in the spoiler part.
Yeah. There isn't much story to the movie. It was
kind
just
of the point, though.
Yeah, it was like a driving force for just action.
Right.
So I just thought it was a good action. After a while, there wasn't really much. After you see him, the way he shoots, he does the same like 2 times in a headshot.
Right.
So after you see him shoot a little bit, you're kind of like, all right, what's next?
Aren't you glad he didn't just shoot people in this movie then?
No, right. He does do some kung fu in the movie, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Damn, racist, it isn't just kung fu. The fuck? He does all kinds of kung fu. And then he starts doing the movements too. Like it. Like you black belt.
Is that kung fu?
Kung fu.
Don't do that anymore. I would give it a 4. I really liked it. I think part 2 would probably be my favorite.
Yeah.
But the action was really good. I kind of feel like you know how in Uncharted they build a movie around set pieces?
Yep.
I kind of get that vibe from this movie.
I'm getting big Uncharted 3 vibes from this.
Yeah, right? Like they
Big
have
time.
an idea and they figure out how to get him there to do all this crazy shit.
Yep.
Especially like in the beginning. But even though he doesn't really say much in the movie, he's still like a phenomenal John Wick. Keanu?
Yeah.
I like
because he just looks tired of everybody's shit all the time.
he's always sick of people's shit. He just wants to do his own thing.
Yeah.
I like all the characters. It doesn't require much acting. I love
Halle
that
Berry?
new guy. Everybody loves Halle Berry.
Zero.
He was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
This was the most, I guess, funny one they've had, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like the comedy in the John Wick movies too.
Yeah. The main assassin.
Yeah. So overall, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I also give it a 4 out of 5. I really liked it. I don't know where I'd rank it as far as the other John Wicks. I kind of put them all like on par with each other. But I will say I agree with you saying that it definitely, I mean, the plot always takes a back seat on these movies. But I felt like it really did because
This one felt like a bit more that
I felt like the writers just got together and they were like, yo, we got to have a scene in the library. We got to have a scene with motorcycles. We're going to go to the fucking desert for some reason. And
we want horses? And let's figure out a way to get horses in this fucking movie.
Wouldn't it be cool if he's on a horse getting chased by motorcycles? I think it'd be pretty fucking cool. Let's put it in there. And they're like, dude, how the hell is this going to make sense? It's fucking John Wick.
It doesn't have to be.
And they just sprinkle some like plot throughout the
But
movie.
because the plot is so like minimalistic, it doesn't hurt it that
Right.
they're just
It really
But
doesn't.
to me, it did though.
Think I ain't
Because
done with my review. The fuck?
Go ahead, Pedro.
go ahead, Mr. Wick.
Yo, that was good.
So I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, I actually liked the Zero, the main assassin. He was funny. I like the adjudicator because they actually
I like the
showed
adjudicator, too.
they showed another rank, another like faction to this, like a security force to make sure everybody, because you're like, who fucks with all these rules? Like, what's going on?
Who polices these people?
Yeah, like I understand you could put a bounty on someone's head for breaking the rules, like we see here, but like, who really polices it? And you get to actually see it.
Yeah.
And then you get to find out more about who's above, the table and so on.
Yeah.
And you actually get to see a little bit of John Wick's origins. So I thought that was pretty nice. And it was just the fact that they added more lore to it. The set pieces, the action scenes were fucking phenomenal. And Halle Berry was great. Lawrence Fishburne had a little bit of screen time, but it's always nice to see him acting.
Still good.
Yeah, acting not as Morpheus. he's way out of the norm,
Morpheus all over again.
Not really. He's more of an asshole here, but
Yeah.
But yeah, that about wraps it up. Orlando, continue.
Yeah, thanks.
4 out of 5. Really liked it.
I was just saying, like, I guess since the plot was so took a back seat, I was just like, okay. It was like that, just jumping set piece to set piece. And after a while, after you see him kill one dude, you kind of see him kill a bunch of dudes. So
that's what it's about.
It wasn't enough to like keep me that engaged. I liked it, but it just wasn't enough to be like, oh man, this is definitely like up there for me. So
have you watched the John Wick movies before?
I saw 1 and I seen 3.
Because that's what it's been since the beginning. They killed a dog. People are still saying, damn, all this for a dog? Shit.
Yeah. All this for a fucking puppy? It's not just a puppy.
2 movies
it's a puppy
later.
and a Mustang.
I forgot about the Mustang.
Yeah.
2 movies later, yes, it's still like you go into the movie knowing that you're barely gonna get any plot. It's really just an excuse for him to shoot and kill people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think we really need to go in chronological order about it because there isn't really too crazy about it. But like the parts I like, I loved how it started with the library.
The library, that's fucking cool.
With this tall ass,
With that big ass dude, yeah.
So I found out he's like a famous Russian basketball player.
Oh,
really?
And I was like, oh, okay.
Makes sense because I mean I like the fight, but I thought it was probably weaker than all the rest.
There was something about like it felt more choreographed. Than the other
it felt
stuff.
off.
Yeah, it felt
really
a little off. But just to him actually, because you always hear him killing people with a pencil. It was kind of funny to see him kill somebody with
that
a book.
fucking book.
With the book, yeah.
Just snapping them.
There are a lot of like moments in the movie where
And-
like, damn, he really did that.
Yeah.
The crowd in my movie theater in the beginning, they were like super loud. Like there was a guy next to me, like, "Yo, damn Wick!" Like come on, dude. But after, like I said, after you see him kill a few times, you stop like getting so impressed by it. You're like, "Oh, okay."
Let's be real. Let's be real. What was his nationality?
I ain't gonna say shit. But it was like,
He was a white guy, right? I knew it. I knew it was a white guy.
Oh yeah, it was totally a white guy.
It was so loud. I really wanted to be that guy, like, hey, shh, shh, shh.
So why
But-
did you sound shush?
After, like I said, after
And he was right next to you, right?
No, he was like literally like the guy right next to
Yeah.
me.
So there was this dude that sat about 3 chairs away from me to my left, and he was reading all the fucking subtitles, like in a loud whisper.
Wait, what?
Yeah, all the stuff. He's like,
Oh man, that kid in fucking
like-
school. I hate that guy.
he's like, ha ha, you did all this for a puppy? Ha, it wasn't just a puppy. I'm like, the fuck? I can read. Like,
That's ridiculous.
it was so weird. I'm like,
narrating the subtitles
Yeah.
in the movie.
and he would laugh after, like,
Nigga, get a book. What are you doing in this movie theater?
this school?
Nah, I've never heard of that before. That's crazy.
He was the one that liked to read out loud.
Yeah, man. What was kind of cool is the cameo. So I always like seeing how they keep reusing people from the Matrix. Because in part 1, they reused one of the agents from like the later Matrix movies. He was pretty much the only one that stood a chance against John Wick in the first movie.
I don't know.
That took like more bullets than usual against him. But in this one, they actually brought in the keymaker, the Asian dude. He was the one that had to sew him up. Where he went and he's like, "There's still time."
Yeah.
But I really like that scene.
They're gonna know that I helped you.
Yeah, I really like that scene because it showed that like they really do follow those fucking rules. Like to the very second, that's when it stopped.
At that point, I was thinking, are they really gonna? How are they gonna know?
But then you see the adjudicator.
And I'm like, damn, they would have found out. He knew what the fuck he was doing.
When the adjudicator started going around, I was like, oh yeah, she gonna find everyone. So yeah, that was smart. That
he knew.
Oh, one's not enough. Shoot me right here. And you always shoot.
He
right
didn't
there.
even waste a second.
Hey, careful with my clavicle. Oh, fuck. They'll find out I showed you the drugs. Yeah, that was good. When I saw that, I'm like, oh shit, shit's gonna get real here.
Yeah.
Man.
It's funny because the adjudicator had like there were so many moments where you could just take her out, but you could tell that she had
that's one of my
so
complaints.
much power though. Like
She
you
never-
knew
Right.
if you took her out, if you did anything against it, all hell would break loose.
She just walked around with this kind of like swagger.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nobody could do anything to
Yeah,
her.
there were a lot of times where I'm like, they could shoot her, and I'm like, but what happens if you shoot her? You know, there was always that. Like, obviously, people ain't fucking with her for a reason.
Yeah.
So,
But she did a good job of like having that presence though.
Yeah.
Because no one had to say it. No one had to say that. But you knew that if they did
you know
something,
That she wasn't somebody to fuck with.
yeah,
Yeah.
not necessarily they were scared, but they had a respect. Like,
Yeah.
I won't fuck with you. It's okay.
Right.
I would like to see if maybe in like the later movie she actually goes in and fights
I
or
want to see her
something.
fight somebody.
Yeah.
Shoot somebody
I
at the
think-
very least.
I think it's not like what she can do, like in terms of combat. Just like her ranking is so high that if
Yeah.
you fuck with
But-
her,
But the thing in that movie, this one I think really establishes that in order for you to rank high, you have to be a badass.
Right. They explain that with like Halle Berry's thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's like, oh, I'm not in services anymore. I'm in management.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you obviously work your way up because you're a badass. Like even
Right.
Karan, which is the black dude, Mr. Weak.
Yeah.
Like you see him, like you're
Now
like,
you
oh,
see.
yeah, you're like, okay, he's in charge. He's there in the
He's a
hotel.
concierge. He doesn't really do much.
He doesn't
He
do
just-
much,
yeah.
and then you see him. He didn't get crazy action scenes, but he still got enough for you to go. He could fuck with people. So-
Right.
He was taking out squads of people.
he's earned his spot.
Yeah, so obviously everyone, like even Winston, I know he was there just petting the dog and sipping wine, but I can only imagine if they wanted to make an action scene with him, how that would be.
But
Like he'll obviously be fucking shit
Halle
up.
Berry's really what's cemented. Okay, so in order for you to get a higher position, you got to be a badass.
You gotta
assassin.
be good.
so leadership knows how to basically
Pretty much, like-
they could fuck around.
Yeah, I have no doubt that everyone in that high table, if you think about it, remember in John Wick 1,
Yeah.
they had the Russian like boss. Well, I guess technically he's not part of the assassin
Yeah, they weren't
group,
part of
though.
those.
Well, I was gonna say he was going toe to toe with John Wick, which is fake as fuck, but you figure, oh yeah, he's up there because he knows how to fight.
But in this, I don't know. I think just in this world, for anybody to be at a high level in anything, they have to be. Because even like when they're out in the streets shooting, like people aren't running or anything. People are just living their fucking daily lives. Like it's a normal thing
Yeah,
for people
yeah,
to just
yeah,
break out into random shootouts.
Yeah, in this world, it's like, oh man, those fucking assassins again.
Because when they're in the
And-
stables,
and-
like shooting shit, no one was doing anything when they were in the stable shooting everything up.
And you know what's crazy? All these bums that are there, and they're all for the Bowery King. So all those bums that you don't give money to on the street, they're all trained fucking killers.
Yeah.
and they will slit your throat. in the
That
fuck-
I don't know. That part was kind of confusing to me.
I'm like, wait, you guys are trained and you just sit around and be a bum all day?
Yeah.
like you guys are trained fucking killers. Headshotting people like
They're
nothing.
probably the ears.
Oh wait, you didn't see part 2, but in part 2 when they introduced them, one of them actually kills like 2 or 3 people in front of
Yeah.
John Wick. Because John Wick's being hurt by the assassins and he pays them a coin.
I thought it was just some of the bums, but it looks like all of the bums.
Like all the bums are G's.
yeah.
like
Because John Wick passes by that one random bum in the beginning who just like talking to himself. He's like, John Wick, your time's almost up.
Oh yeah, that's
I was
right.
like, oh shit.
Hey, Mr. Wick, TikTok.
You know what? Well, I don't know. In the movie, all right, he knows there's a bounty on his head that's gonna start any minute. He's not even trying to hide.
No.
He's just walking through the streets
Well,
in that same
yeah.
fucking suit throughout the entire movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's probably because he knows that no matter what, someone will find him.
Because it looks like in this. All right, I know there were
'Cause
assassins in this world, but it really looks like they're everywhere
Yeah.
now.
Like even in the taxi he was in.
He gave him the coin.
He got into a random taxi and he's like, hey, here's this coin. I'm like, how did you know this?
Right?
Like I was
Thank
trying.
you, Mr. Wick. I was like, fuck, this guy can't get away from anyone.
Yeah. Man, I'm so mad you didn't see part 2.
I saw that in part 3. I understood. I get it.
No, but they had the sommelier.
Assassins
in
are
part
everywhere.
2.
I get it.
Part 2 was a sommelier, which was like the gunsmith that was like explaining all the guns to him and shit. Such a good scene.
Part 2 is definitely my favorite one.
So yeah, and then you get the adjudicator that's goes to 0 first with his assassins.
Yeah.
So he's the sushi chef. You know, it's like, hey, try this puffer fish. It'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, she eats it like in one bite. Like
yeah, like.
I ain't scared.
Would you guys try that puffer fish?
I would. But she ate it like, try to fucking kill me, see what happens. Like,
she's not worried about shit in this movie.
You would eat pufferfish if someone gave it to you?
I would. I mean, not just
someone.
Not just someone. I would hope it's someone fucking trained.
If Orlando gave you puffer fish, would you eat it?
I mean, like, bitch.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I would eat it.
I would go to Japan and like Jiro, the famous fucking sushi chef, like, try this puffer fish. I'll be like, damn right.
Did they make you like sign a waiver before you eat it? I would assume so. In case you die?
Maybe it's possible.
How poisonous is it? Can you get revived?
What it's supposed to be is they make it poisonous enough to get you high.
Oh, okay.
So you take it and you kind of feel like, ooh, like lightheaded, like, yeah, that's some good shit. But not enough to fucking kill you.
Oh, I thought that was the whole point. I thought it was like Russian roulette.
Holy shit. No,
this shit
man.
might just kill me.
No, they cut it
if
the
it's
right.
not, I always thought that we were off on a weird ass tangent. I always thought if it's not prepared the exact correct way,
Right.
and you eat it, you die.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. But they keep just enough venom to get you high.
Okay.
But
So I thought whenever you eat it, there's a chance that you die.
there is technically if they suck. But I'd go for it.
Nah, you're not giving
Nah,
me
fuck
for some
that.
fucking fish. Nah, nigga, get the fuck out of here.
I'm like, you're gonna die for the most delicious fish ever.
Nah, nigga.
Can't that delicious.
You wouldn't die for some more Kobe beef?
What kind of seasoning they got on that
Kobe
fish?
beef.
Nah, man. That burger from that time?
8
I might
ounce
die for
burger.
that.
It's
I
pretty
might-
good. Yeah, if they say there's a 1 in 100 chance you might die eating this burger, you'd be like, fuck it.
I'll take that risk.
I'll take that risk. Damn, 1%? Shit.
That shit was delicious. But I fucking love Holly in this movie.
Oh my
I
God.
think that's the most badass I've ever seen her.
Dude, her scenes were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the fucking dog, like, just the way she was going
that
out.
shit seemed like straight out of a fucking video
I
game.
feel like I haven't seen her in a long time. It was just
I agree with that. I feel like I haven't seen her in a while
she's
either.
fucking gorgeous though.
No, she is.
She's still gorgeous.
She looks exactly the same.
But I like that. So you didn't know this either, but in John Wick Chapter 2,
Here we
they
go.
bring up the medallion things with the fingerprints.
Okay.
They
that
actually
was-
owe
that
you
was part
one.
two.
You do a debt for them, and then you put your blood on it, and then that means that they owe you a favor.
Oh,
So they introduced
got
that in
it.
part 2.
Thanks so much.
That's pretty much how all the beef happens in
In part 2.
part 2, because he owes someone a favor, and that favor causes all this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so someone checks like
Yeah,
cashes in the
Cashes
favor.
it in. They're like, oh, hey,
okay.
that's who he ends up killing at the end of part 2 that
The guy
causes this
betrayed
whole
him.
thing.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah. The guy did him the favor. He did the favor for him and then tried to kill him. And he's like, oh, fuck you.
yeah, the guy tried to escape and then he got into the hotel.
Yeah, he got in
and
the
John
hotel.
was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck this.
He starts eating food like all slowly. He's like, this is so good. Right, John? Too bad you can't kill me because I'm here. And John just goes, boom. Just right. And everyone's like, whoa.
Yeah. That was a really good
And
moment.
that's when Winston goes, Jonathan, what have you done?
I guess I can't watch part 2 now. It's already you guys ruined it already.
Nigga, it's been ruined in this movie. They're saying that he fucked up.
Killed somebody.
Yeah, I knew that.
So, yeah, that whole fight scene in the fucking desert where she's using the dogs, like...
When she's calling the dogs. And,
Yo, those
oh
dogs
my
are
God.
so well trained, dude. Like
They are
Jesus.
well trained.
Where's the
I would like
Oscar
to
for the
see
dogs?
like the behind the scenes of that scene.
I've seen the behind the scenes of her training, like at the shooting, the shooting yard, and she's a beast.
I would imagine,
but I would like to see the
when I
dog.
saw like the behind the scenes of like Keanu training for like part 2. I was like, fuck, this like you really have to know how to handle weapons.
She did the exact same training he did. The exact same.
And that shit looks intense.
They have her doing that course, and then apparently she did it 2 seconds faster than him.
Oh
Wow.
shit!
Oh, Holly's a beast.
Yeah.
Damn.
She's on the list of celebrities you just don't want to fuck with.
Yeah.
'cause-
But just watching the movie, it feels like she really knows what she's doing.
Right.
yeah, I love that. And they had a nice little cameo of Braun. I was like, hey, look, it's Braun.
Yeah, they fucked Braun.
And then yeah, he had to fucking go and kill a dog.
He didn't even kill it. He just shot it. The bullet bounced.
Yeah, the bulletproof.
The dog had the
vest.
bulletproof vest. The
Yeah.
dog didn't die.
Oh no, the dog didn't die.
No.
Oh,
She had 2 dogs.
I thought she had 3 dogs, and then one of them died, and she had 2.
She had 2.
I did give him a vest.
Nah,
Yeah.
the bullet bounced right off.
But everyone in my theater loved that part where she's like, shot my dog, and he's like, I know. Everyone in the fucking theater was like, you get it? Because, he's not
And
dead in
John
part
was trying to be
1.
like, no, don't. When John Wick is telling you don't do it, you got to fucking
Yeah.
chill. I wish they would have went back to her because it seems like she's going to get
Yeah.
fucked up too now.
Yeah, because she definitely pissed off. Like, she's going to get her own adjudicator from that area
Yeah.
that's probably going to be like, yeah, you fucked with him.
Maybe in part 3, though.
Yeah.
Part 4.
I liked how I skipped it over, but I liked how he actually went to where he got trained. So they assumed that he got with the Russians, the ballerina school.
I did.
So he was, I guess,
That's
one of those
ruthless at school.
Yeah, he was one of those kids that was wrestling in the back.
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. They actually show where he trained. Because I tried reading the comic that's supposed to explain how he got trained. But when the comic starts, he's not really John Wick yet. But he clears out rooms of assassins already in the comic. And I'm like, I wanted this to be about how he got trained, not him already.
So he's already a badass.
Already a badass.
Like, this is pre-Baba Yaga, but he's still a beast. So I'm like, this didn't explain shit. So this would be
after he was at that school, I guess.
Yeah, this is after the school, I guess.
Gotcha.
So, but again, they also add their own version of like, I guess when you finished getting trained from there, you get that cross to prove that you were there, and you're owed one favor there as well. That was
the cross. But I was like, I thought she was gonna die. Oh, like, fuck. Anybody who comes across John Wick has to die.
That was intense though. Where they go, you have to pay with your hands, whatever.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, and then Lawrence Fishburne didn't really die. I thought he died there too.
I thought he died.
I thought they killed the shit out of him.
I love that he's like 7 cuts. Sometimes you just gotta cut a bitch.
He was really good in this movie.
And when he got sliced up and fell to the floor, I'm like,
he like sliced his neck open, sliced his face open.
Yeah, I was like, I guess those 7 cuts were fucking deep.
Yeah, I was surprised to see him come back.
But so I thought it was cool. So I've been reading a while of all the John Wick. They're trying to create their own like universe of John Wick. So they're doing the Continental spin-off, and they're doing this other spin-off movie called The Ballerina, which is supposed to be a Russian trained ballerina that's an assassin. So after seeing this movie, you're like, oh, okay, she's gonna be one of those girls.
I watched that. The Continental show, I wasn't into the idea at first, but watching this movie, the lore is just so fucking interesting.
There's more into it now than
yeah.
You just, I don't know. I hope they really go like in depth into the history.
Someone already pick it up or no? Or
what for Continental? No one's picked it up. I honestly think HBO should pick it up.
It has to be in the right network.
Post Game of Thrones, they need something.
Right, it has to be in the right network.
I know they got Watchmen and Westworld coming up and shit like that, but they still need something.
Westworld isn't what they thought it would be though.
Yet.
It's not the Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was Game of Thrones in the beginning, wasn't it?
No, it took like 3 seasons.
Oh,
so
I think Game of Thrones always had that buzz though. Like the people who were watching it, they knew.
I remember hearing about Game of Thrones.
I think people who were watching Game of Thrones from the beginning, they knew that it was the shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to John Wick. So, the only thing that was a little strange is this mystical man that's above the high table.
I guess he's like the ruler of the high table is what it makes it seem like.
Which is kind of cool. So the assassins, if you look at like the history of assassins, like Hashashin and all that stuff, like they would take hash and then they would kill people. That's all like Middle Eastern shit. So it's kind of cool to see that the head person is like...
That's where assassins came from.
Yeah, is like from there. So it shows that even though this whole society was created, it still has its roots there to show where it really came from. So that was kind of cool. It just got very like mystical, almost supernatural. It's like just walk until you die.
Why didn't just kill him?
And then walk some more.
Well, I assume everybody around here would have probably killed John.
Yeah, I didn't understand John's thinking at the time. I think he was just trying to buy himself time to figure out what to do. And then Winston was the one that really like...
His reason for living is weird at this point, though.
Yeah, you don't really know what, like, to remember her longer. Okay, I get it. Sorta.
But I thought he wanted
her
to be
longer by not killing all these fucking people, John.
Yeah, I thought he wanted to be out though, like to be out and just like sit, just
but
chill with his dog.
The thing is, he only got out because he did the impossible like thing. Once he went in, that's it. There's no way of going out again. So he's stuck.
Yeah.
What was it? How did he get out?
He went out for doing that impossible task that they talk about in Chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Yeah, you're right. That he owed the guy a favor for.
Yeah, he owed the guy a favor because he did the impossible task for him. Yeah.
So when he gets back in by killing that guy, then
the guy asked for he gets back in. Well, I guess when
he got back in because he had to kill the guy's sister because the guy's sister was part of the high table. So he got upgraded to the high table. That's the reason why he's in deep shit because he killed a high table member.
Yeah, and he was fucking up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that part was kind of weird. And then he gives up his finger. I'm like, all right, you give up your finger, and then you're just gonna turn on these people anyways.
Yeah. So the finger thing kind of reminded me of like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Like you got to take the left ring finger to kind of show that you're theirs now. Like you won't get married or any of that type of shit. Like that's it. That's
like you're here forever.
Yeah, that's kind of what I took it. I'm sure there's more like.
And before he does that, the guy tells him he has to kill Winston, right?
Yeah.
And so he does it. And it goes to Winston. You're like, I thought, never mind.
Yeah. He was gonna do it, and then Winston was like, "Hey, man, why don't we just fucking burn it all together?"
But that's not what he wants. He doesn't want any. He doesn't want any of that, which did make sense to me.
Yeah,
he just wants to be alive to remember her.
It sounds like John Wick could avoid all this by just staying home. Like if he just stayed home, like after the first movie.
Man, he's John Wick. Everyone wants him now.
He was staying home and he killed this fucking dog.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true.
So, yeah, how'd you feel about? Well, actually, so the fight scenes in the Continental were probably my favorite ones. The siege of the Continental.
The dog scene.
The dog scene was pretty cool.
Oh wait, what'd you think of the horse scene where he's like slapping the horse's ass and the horse fucking like crunching?
That's another part I want to know how they filmed, because it seemed like those people were really getting kicked in the face by a fucking horse, man. That shit was insane.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. The horse wasn't real or something that they probably just added afterwards.
Right. The knife scenes are pretty good.
Oh my god,
those are my favorite two scenes.
Yes.
The desert scene and the scene where they're in like the hall of fucking knives.
Yeah. So I had to look this up. You know, right before the knife scene where he goes into like the antique gun store and he starts putting together the guns and shit.
Yeah.
At first I was like, man, this scene's kind of pointless. Like he put together these guns and then he shot a guy once.
Yeah.
And then it cut to knives. I was reading that it's actually a reference to Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And I watched the scene again and it's just like it. So there's a scene where the Ugly goes into a gun store.
Never watched The Good, Bad, and Ugly. I don't know what the Ugly is.
Well, the Ugly is one of the like characters. Antagonists.
Okay.
Yeah. So he goes into like the gun shop and he's like, hey, give me that gun. And he gets 3 old antique guns. And it's the guns that John Wick gets. And then he starts looking at them and they're all fucked up in some way. So he gets the barrel out of one, he gets the trigger out of the other, and he builds a better gun. And then he puts it up to his ear and he starts listening to it just like how John Wick did.
Damn.
Yeah. So it was a total reference to that, of him making like the perfect gun out of other guns. And I think it was just a reference to like that they liked it. So it really was just like a big Easter egg.
That part did seem kind of random to me.
I was like, why did they do that scene? Like I thought he was gonna go ham and like shoot like 6 people at least.
Right. But he shot one guy.
He shot one of them.
Off.
Yeah. When I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's a cool little Easter egg. But yeah.
I guess a lot of people. That's a pretty popular movie, or a well-known movie. I figure a lot of people would know that reference.
Yeah. So I like the knife scene.
The knife scene was so sick. You just started fucking going nuts on those people.
The dog scene was pretty fucking good because you could just tell that they were like, all right, action, all right, dog, go, and then they just filmed the dog going up the ramp and then they biting somebody.
My favorite one when the dog when she got down and then
got on her and went all the way up there.
Yeah,
I was like, that dog ain't gonna jump up there. Oh shit!
All right,
he gets them right by the balls. They must have had so much padding on their balls.
Yeah,
they had that padding everywhere because those dogs were aggressive as fuck.
Yeah, those dogs are pretty fucking on point. What else?
The motorcycle scene. The motorcycle scene was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
It wasn't as cool as I thought it was gonna be. In the trailer, I was expecting a lot, but
they did kind of emphasize him being on the fucking horse.
Yeah,
so I did expect a lot.
I did like the guy from the raid that he fought.
Oh my god, 2 guys. Both guys were from the raid.
Yeah,
because one was from both, and then one was only from part 2.
The short one.
Yeah, the one that was smiling all the time.
At first, I was like, "Damn, are these guys from the raid?"
Yeah, I knew they were from the raid. I was like, "Those 2 guys are from the raid." And I liked
that fight scene was really good.
It was really good because I just liked the fact that like everyone there was just happy to fight him.
Right.
That's what I love. That they were all John Wick fanboys.
Yeah, well, and like, they were like, even though they lost, they were like smiling. Like, the thing is,
they could have killed him, and then they stopped.
What's funny is that everyone, even Zero, they showed him so much respect.
Yeah,
that he won.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Zero could have killed him in the beginning, and those 2 guys could have definitely killed him.
Yeah, they even backed him and said, "Hey, Mr. Wick, get up, come on, let's go again." And he's like, "It's an honor fighting with you." And then they went in again.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't die. I don't think they died.
No, he let those 2 live.
He let those 2 live.
Zero's dead as fuck.
I was kind of hoping he would let Zero live too.
I liked when Zero was sitting in the Continental and he's like, I love your work, man. You do not disappoint. He was like really fangirling, man. Like,
the entire movie he was. That shit was good.
Even when he got the job from the adjudicator, he's like, I am very interested in this. Like he just didn't hold back.
They did a really good job with his casting.
Mark Dacascos, aka the Iron Chef.
Iron Chef.
Yeah, he's the Iron Chef. You never watched the Iron Chef show?
No.
It's not an action show. It's an actual like food show.
Oh, I'm like, never heard of this show.
It's just a competition show. He's the host.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
He was a
90s action star, but then he became like a show.
Oh, so he was an action star before.
He's a chef now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's kind of like a funny host on it. So they kind of added the action and the comedy that he's had already.
I like the comedy of John Wick now.
Yeah.
Because it's a ridiculous movie, but it's really, really serious.
Yeah. Yeah,
so that's a good balance.
If it would have stayed too serious like the first one, we would have got like bored of it by now. But the fact that it's going crazy, and like really out there, and even like dark comedy wise, is what's making it.
But
like,
that's why I kind of like lost interest in this movie. Even though I didn't see the second one, it was just like there wasn't enough for me to be invested. I'm just like, okay, all right, they're after you. You're out. You're in, you're back out, you're in, and at the end, you're back in. Like, all right.
That's what it's been since John Wick 1, though. He was out.
What was it? So the adjudicator goes to Winston and pretty much says, hey, step down. And he's like, nah, I ain't stepping down. And she's like, all right, well, your Continental Hotel is like fucked. That's it. Fair game for everyone.
Yeah. Was it deconsecrated?
Deconsecrated. And
I like that. I guess the high table uses like these really old systems to communicate.
Right. Yeah. Like that old Windows 95. Do they start typing it up?
Yeah.
Or they use an actual typewriter?
That shit is so weird. And it doesn't make sense, but it makes so much sense.
Right. And they even have the tubes where they put the note in and have it shoot up.
Yeah. Maybe it's it's so old technology that it's not traceable, so they can stay still hidden.
Right. I kind of got a little bit of that vibe, especially when Lawrence Fishburne was talking about his thing. He's like, you can't hack a bird. You can't like... Yeah. Like there's a point why we do this, you know.
Yeah, why they use archaic technology, because it's like no one's on this grid except for us.
Yeah,
makes sense.
So that old system, it's stylish, so it works, and then also like, I guess logically it kind of makes sense too. Yeah. I just like how they're all like tatted people, like super tatted.
I didn't like what's his name. Fucking Penguin from Gotham.
Oh my god, I thought the same thing too. I'm like motherfucking Penguin from Gotham.
Can you take him out this movie, please?
I don't watch Gotham, so I don't know who he is.
The only guy that was
working.
The only guy. He had like a ring in his like.
Oh
lip.
yeah. Okay.
I think he was the one at the very end that deconsecrated it.
He was him, the last one.
But the whole siege, the whole shootout, where all the guys come into
I love that scene too,
and they're all bulletproof from head to toe.
And John is really the only one that can take them out.
And John is like finding ways to shoot him like in the fucking neck, like
lifting the fucking visor.
Him. Yeah.
I love that because we already seen him like fight assassin versus assassin, because in the first one he just slaughters everybody, no nothing. Second one, he starts fighting assassins. You're like, oh, okay.
So it's a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, like, it's challenging. He's getting hurt. But in this one, it's like, yo, what are you gonna do? Like, there's a
whole... You think it's a bulletproof?
That's why when Charon over here goes, these shotguns that are with armor piercing, I was like, oh shit.
I did like, I think it was before the siege where he was like, we need guns, lots of guns.
Oh yeah, the fucking Matrix.
I was like, I felt
guns. Good. Lots of guns.
Yeah, Keanu's so good. It's very simple, but it's effective.
Yeah, there's not much. He has very simple lines.
He's got a style that people like.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking awesome ass person, so it just adds to it.
That's true.
But I watched this shit in Dolby, and let me tell you, that shotgun scene was so sound in fucking this movie, loud.
Dolby is the best. Is the perfect way to watch that because the sound is incredible.
And he was taking off chunks of their head, like gone, just boom. I was like, his head is gone. Like,
yeah, with those shotguns,
chunks of them were missing. I love that whole scene, just them taking out everything.
Yeah, that's probably my third favorite scene. Top.
How'd you guys feel about the rooftop scene then? The Winston pretty much like betrayed him to get the.
So it's smart because like Winston kind of played everyone in the sense of like, I did all this shit to show you how good I am at my fucking job.
I should still be here.
That I still deserve a place here. But it's weird because then it's like, it seemed like him and John were in on it. Like the whole like, John like shooting him and like faking his death, whatever. It seemed like they were in on it because when she comes back and she's like, oh, the body's missing, he doesn't act surprised. He's just like, oh, really?
Yeah, so for a second I thought, oh shit, he did it for real. And then I'm like, nah, it's all part of the thing. And I'm like, wait, he did do it for real. And then the reaction was what made me go, nah, he's in on it.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure whether he was or they play it just coy enough where you're not 100% sure either way.
But it sounds like he's in on it in the sense of like, I want to fuck you over so you can fuck everyone else over.
Right. I kind of took it that he was in with the Bowery King too. Like kind of told him like maybe, hey, wait here to pick him up or something.
Yeah.
But who really knows?
Yeah, it sounded like he knew that John was alive and that keeping John alive will get what he wants, which is the high table gone. So like it's kind of like, oh well, fuck it, he'll come after me. I'll figure it out later. But he'll fucking get rid of you guys in the long run.
Yeah.
In the long run,
I was honestly I wanted this chapter to be the end, and him burn the whole high table. But if they're gonna milk the franchise, I'm okay with the way they're doing it.
Yeah,
I truly thought that because I didn't watch the second one, so I truly thought that okay, well this has to be the end. Because usually things end in 3.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna die here.
When he fell off, I thought, oh, if he escapes, he's just gonna like escape to like an island or whatever, and then just
go off on his own where everybody thinks he's dead and all that good stuff.
Right. Yeah. I thought that's what happened, but no.
Now they announced part 4, right?
Yeah, they already announced it. They already have a release date and everything.
And
what was weird? What was a little weird to me? The adjudicator sounded like she was kind of scared of John at this point, and she didn't seem like that before. She was like, if he survives, it's gonna be a long night or some shit like that for all of us, which. She didn't seem to have any fear until that point. Until that point, all of a sudden.
I think because maybe John he didn't have anything against the high table in a way. He wasn't really after the high table. He just wanted out. I guess this means that okay, now he's after us. Like this means it's all out war.
But the high table still seems so all powerful in this world that John can't. I mean. Zero can't be the only high level assassin they have at that level.
It is. The thing is,
no, they're definitely gonna have more, and I have no doubt that they might even bring in the other raid people because they only brought in 2 of them.
It seems,
and these guys survived, but they still got the other 2 raid guys.
It seems endless for John to even be able to take them out. Honestly, they just seem like it's kind of like the Assassin's Creed. It's kind of like the
he's gonna have to just pop everybody in the high table, and then. Honestly, the way I think it's going, I think it's going to be he kills everyone in the high table, and Winston's part of the high table, the Bowery King's part of the high table, maybe Halle Berry's part of the high table. Like they create their own version of a high table with his allies.
You don't think he dies?
No, I don't think he dies.
The vengeance route, he's going for vengeance.
It's true. He should die.
He should.
This die.
Survived a lot.
Yeah, survived too much.
Especially and really, he wants to be with his wife.
Yeah. I just want to remember her. Okay, yeah.
Then die, nigga. Shit.
Die. But I thought it was great. I'm excited for the 4th one. I'm curious to see how they're just gonna keep one-upping themselves with shit.
Yeah, I don't. Between the dogs, the horses, the knife scene.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. It's gonna be John Wick in space at this point. Like
action-wise, this one had a lot of great action scenes, but again, I still think overall part 2 is better.
Yeah. That about wraps it up.
Yeah, overall, great movie. I'll watch part 2 one day.
Highly recommended.
Highly recommended. Watch all 3, please. Don't be Orlando.
Yeah, don't be Orlando.
If it's 3.5, it's not semi-recommended. That sounds pretty high.
Yes, it's recommended. I recommend it. Good movie.
That means you liked it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, guys. Orlando's yawning.
Later, guys.
So excited.
Bye-bye.
Outro.